There was one thing I really did like about this episode of Mob Psycho 100. It was the edge they added to Mob's character, because in this episode it really is establishing the whole idea that Mob is this really overpowered psychic. He can actually take down spirits kind of instantly, like no problems. Like he just goes in and goes wha-bam and they're gone. But it comes at a cost. He has this percentage rate that he's going towards until he explodes. Like right now he's at 27%. So he has actually gone through quite a bit. So he's adding this edge to his character with every single encounter he goes through with, that he's adding a little bit to his percentage that he's going to explode at one point. So it adds a nice kind of edge to his character, because if his anime went through just establishing the whole idea that he's this OP'd character that has no consequences to what he actually really is, it would get kind of boring after a while. And his edge to him kind of does allow the anime not to be boring. It just says, look, yes, he's overpowered, but it comes at a cost, because at one point he will actually get to his 100%. I don't want to see what happens at 100%, because it seems like it's going to explode. It might generally be catastrophic, and Reigen's saying, look, I'm here to actually kind of establish the whole idea that your powers won't go like berserk. And it's this whole idea that he actually can't attack anyone else with his psychic powers as well. But I just kind of like the edge that actually allowed onto his character, because really, as I said before, if they just went through 2 episodes of him just taking down spirits without any consequences, it would get kind of boring. But having this edge, it really does add to the anime overall, because it's just saying that every single encounter has a consequence to it. This consequence being it's 100% it can actually go towards. And I really want to see what it can actually do, what's really going to happen when it actually reaches that. I just want to know, because it seems really freaking interesting what's going to happen, because I'm guessing at the beginning of the episode, something similar did happen, in the sense that someone reaching 100% and then exploding, it was really catastrophic. Like, literally, it was this massive explosion. So it's actually the whole idea, really, this 100% is going to be this catastrophic idea. So maybe at one point it actually might reach 100%. If it does, it might be kind of interesting. But what can I say overall about this episode of Mob Psycho 100 being the opening episode? It was pretty freaking great, I must say. Overall, I actually really freaking liked it. It actually had its comedic moments, and it had its quite serious moments. I actually kind of liked it. I actually liked every single character. Reigen seems kind of freaking interesting, because he's a self-proclaimed psychic who isn't a psychic at all. Like, he's just like a fake. Every single time he tries to encounter a spirit, he uses table salt that's not purified, so it does nothing. And then he gets found to be a fake constantly. But he's extremely good at conversation, so every single time he almost gets found out, he actually manages to actually kind of say his way out of that situation, just saying, look, okay, so no, there's actually evil spirits everywhere. I just pointed at the wrong building because there was actually aurora coming from there. So it actually adds a nice kind of layer to his character. In essence, he's this kind of fake, but he has a nice way of communicating with people that actually kind of gets him out of situations. Granted, the thing that most struck me about Reigen's character was his interactions with Mob, because we understand that Reigen is Mob's master, kind of his sensei. But when you think about it, what does Reigen really do in this whole entire situation? Yeah, he runs the business, actually gets the clientele, like he gets the clients, but he doesn't do anything more than that. He kind of just goes to where the actual spirits are and kind of says, okay, look, well, there's a spirit here. But he doesn't do anything more than that. In essence, he takes table salt with him. It isn't even purified. So when he goes to do his special attack, it does nothing. Literally, does nothing. When the going gets tough, he gets Mob in there. But it's a thing at the end when Mob says to him, look, why didn't you do anything? And it kind of just it kind of struck me in essence. And then he says, oh, because I told you, I'm going to leave the small fry to you. And he also says about this whole level that he's on more than actual Mob. Mob he's an OP character, but Reigen says, I'm actually higher than you. But I'm kind of sitting here wondering, he's just a fake. Like, he just is. I'm just kind of thinking to myself, is Reigen really just taking Mob for a ride? Or does he actually have some kind of an agenda to him? Like, more than just that? Because it does seem there's actually kind of more to his character right now that we're not seeing. Hopefully there is, because right now he just kind of seems in this episode that he's just taking for a ride. Kind of saying, okay, look, I'll actually control your powers. But he doesn't do more than that. Mob does the most work. He just gets the clients while Mob does the work itself. Like, that's really what he does. I'm kind of sitting there going, huh. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel towards him. Hopefully they do kind of address his character and he might actually get some development later on, because I really do want to see him get some development. I don't want to see him this whole entire anime just to be that character that says, oh, I'm on this level more than you, and yeah, I can't sense this aurora because I've got a sniffle in my nose. But in essence, he really just can't notice spirits. But I'm just kind of sitting there going, hopefully there's more to him, because if there is, it could be freaking great. If there isn't, I just don't know how I want to feel towards Raiden's character. Yes, he's hilarious. I quite like him. But he just has that kind of persona to him. I just don't know what he is right now. And I must say, each evil spirit that kind of came into the anime was freaking hilarious as well. Each death they actually had was generally kind of absurd in a way. I mean, the first kind of ceiling spirit actually saw a cockroach and actually kind of flew up so high in the air, he actually reached the ceiling and died. I was just like, oh yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. And the biker leader, being the second spirit, kind of, his gang had actually died because the actual one in front in this tunnel had actually slipped in a banana peel and everyone else died because of that. I was kind of like, that's interesting. That's actually kind of freaking interesting, I must say. I mean, every single encounter they went through was generally hilarious. Every single, like, kind of spirit they met was hilarious. I actually really freaking liked it. Overall, it's freaking great, I must say. Hoping this anime goes down this route constantly, because it generally can be quite fun to watch. Sure, but it's just right now, I actually kind of like it. As an opening episode, I was to say, I'm actually pretty hyped for it, I must say. It actually is kind of freaking good. So yes, with all that said, I have been a driver. If you have enjoyed the video as a whole, you do want to leave a like, do leave a like, because it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed my content as a whole and you do want to leave a sub, do leave a sub, because it does help me quite a bit. But with all that said, I've been a driver, and I will see you guys later. Bye for now.